everyone. Welcome to TechinAsia and Alibaba Cloud Pitch Battle. I am Regina from TechinAsia, and I will be your host today. Today, we will be hearing from 9 very promising startups who are tackling issues from various industries. They are pitching for the chance to win some attractive prizes from Alibaba Cloud under their Project AsiaForward. So what is Project AsiaForward? We all know that the COVID-19 pandemic hit us tremendously and transforms how people live and work. With this initiative, Alibaba Cloud hopes to join hands with the enterprises, organizations, and developers in the APAC region to pick itself up from the rubble of the pandemic and continue its sprint towards business excellence. In the next 3 years, Alibaba Cloud will pledge $1 billion in Asia, especially Southeast Asia, and nurture local digital talents, entrepreneurs, and technologies with innovation platform and support. There are different programs under the Project AsiaForward to support and empower developers, startups, and digitalization talents. You may check Alibaba Cloud's website to find out more. Now, please welcome James Liu, Business Development Advisor, Alibaba Cloud, Cloud Intelligence, who would like to share a little bit more about Alibaba Cloud services. James?
Hello, hi everyone. And
stage is yours.
I joined the TechinAsia event, and I used to be an entrepreneur, so I wish everybody success in their entrepreneurship. So without further ado, let me quickly introduce about Alibaba Cloud. So Alibaba Cloud International is headquartered in Singapore. So this is the milestone of the whole group back to 1999. And you can see that Alibaba Cloud is the infrastructure of the whole group, carrying like the end finance, like the China, and so on and so forth. And one thing I think not everybody aware that actually Alibaba Cloud is the #1 largest data center ownership in APAC. And we have some exclusive data center presence in some countries. And we're opening new centers in Thailand and Philippines. So we are very Asia focused. And for the startup who doing fintech, you will realize actually the data localization and compliance is important. So the data center ownership is important. And we are first, #1 in public clouds providing China and APAC, and #3 in the world. And we have a security and compliance team support the companies to do their compliance and data localization, so on and so forth. I think that's about it. And I wish everybody success in their startup journey, and we will be present the best in this event.
Thank you, James, for sharing Alibaba Cloud information. Okay, now back to the pitch battle. So what are the rules for this pitch battle? Each startup will have 5 minutes to present their company, and we will help to keep time and ring a bell when the startup's time is up. So do pay attention. Judges will also have 5 minutes for Q&A afterward. And for the winner today, they will walk away with Alibaba Cloud credits that worth $6,000. To win the prize, our contestants will have to impress our judges. Let's bring them in. So beside James Liu, please help welcome Khushbu, Senior Investment Associate from Vertex Venture, and Bookyung Kim, Investment Associate from KK Fund. Hello, Khush and Bookyung.
Hello.
Hi.
Would you like to say hi and also maybe let us know like what are the startups that you are looking for and what you expect them to do tonight? Maybe Khush?
Sure. Thanks so much, Regina. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you all here. Just a brief intro on myself. My name is Khush. I am currently part of Vertex Ventures Southeast Asia and India investments team. And, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank TechinAsia and Alibaba Cloud Project AsiaForward for, having me be part of this event. Looking forward to hearing all the startups pitch. I've seen, the startups participating in this event, and I think, they're coming from different sectors. And, just do your best and, make the most of the 5 minutes that you have. And, we'd love to evaluate based on that.
Bookyung, how about you?
Hi, I'm Bookyung, associate at KK Fund. AK Fund is a Singapore-based venture capital firm. We are investing in early-stage tech startups across Southeast Asia, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Korea. I look forward to hearing your great idea today. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Good to have you with us today. So yeah, let's begin. Let's welcome our first startup of the day. From Bangladesh, we have Asiku from PriyoShop. The Bangladesh startup is an e-commerce platform that connects small business directly with the brand and involves itself in last mile fulfillment as well. Hey Asiku, how are you doing?
Hi everyone.
Okay, perhaps you can share your screen with us. So if you're ready.
Yes, I'm ready.
You're ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Your time starts now.
Hi everyone, I'm Ashikul Alam Khan, founder and CEO of PriyoShop, digitalize and empower small retailers, supply chain, inventory, and capital. PriyoShop helps MSME to connect the last mile customers and the big brands such as Samsung, Unilever, and P&G, and sell a wide range of authentic products to their working customer. Everything is changing around retails. Modern retail is rapidly capitalized on this, but retailers have not capitalized much because they have limited shelf, limited ability of connectivity of brands, lack of technology adoption, no brand image, and limited ability of credit. For all of them, our solution, a digitalized platform to simplify and grow their business by commerce, a digital catalog to get all the leading brands product in a single click and get the delivery on the next day, and the credit facilities to empower their buying capabilities. PriyoShop added value in everywhere of retail industries, where manufacturer, distributor, merchants, delivery, and consumer, everywhere we added a value. We make money by bringing all the leading brands and retailers on a single platform and generate money by trade margin, strategic product mix, benefit of a scale of economy, and introduction of private label branding. And by this way, we already generate 5.4 million annual GMV in 2021. And our first quarter, our GMV was $1.4 million. And this month, we already generated $1 million GMV. Yes, $1 million GMV we hit on this month. We help MSME to start selling online through our app network also. We also impact on the small traders or become a general traders. We help to digitalize their business, improve their income, and focus on SGD 8 and SGD 9. Just like these retailers, before PriyoShop, he sold only feature phone. Now he able to sell a Samsung branded printer without having an inventory. We help FMCG, mobile, electronics, and fashion brands to connect the last mile consumer through our retailers network. Why now? You'll be surprised to know that about 66% of the total population are youth in Bangladesh, and around 170 million people in this country. 67% people already use 3G, 4G internet. That means 110 million people already connected with internet. And the largest economy, $500 billion by 2025. The total retail market is 100%, and 97% of the retail market in a small business hand. Millions transactions happening in every day. Totally untapped market and limited competitions here. Bangladesh is the land of possibilities with highest GDP growth in Asia Pacific. The market opportunity is a huge 1.3 million micro merchant, and in this market, around 18.42 billion annual turnover with 16.7 billion annual value of inventory. Around 2 million people involved in this sector, or where 94,000 are women. You'll be surprised to know that 60 to 80% FMCG products sold in micro merchant arena. Building the next unicorn, we have a great team. Myself, Ashikul, expertise in growth hacking and e-commerce marketing. We have Dipti Mondal from telco background, and we have Romeldi Rosario with 10 years experience of digital commerce industry. And we have Shoidul Al Mahmoud as our CTO, as a Microsoft certified programmer with 13 years experience. We want to build the largest B2C omnichannel platform with million agent network and largest B2B platform for retailers and largest ad network for the big brands to connect last mile retailers as well as consumer, and also a fintech solution for retailers to empower their buying capacity. This is the great competitive advantage, as in traditional business arena, it takes 2 days and 30 steps. On the other hand, PriyoShop takes only single click, get all the leading brand and within a digital catalogs. Here's some global comparables: India, Pakistan, Vietnam, Indonesia, as well as Bangladesh as almost among all the unicorns. Now we're looking for the $5 million investment in this round on to build 100K retail point. That means 10x growth from now. That means 10,000 right now our as a network, and improve our team size is 400 and product growth with 10x GMV growth. This is our product growth story. We have already 2 apps, as a PriyoShop app as a B2C app and PriyoShop retail app as a B2B. And now we are looking for the pre-series A to build inventory management for retailers, credit scoring, and digital ads. We already
Thank you. Thank you, Asiku. Sorry, the time is up. I know you're already at the end of the presentation, which is good, meaning that you kind of finished your presentation. Okay, now we have to move on to the Q&A with judges. Judges, any questions for Asiku and PriyoShop? Perhaps we start with James. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I think maybe I missed a point, missed the part. So how do you do with the delivery? Is it all the offline collect points? How about that part?
We have our own logistic fleet for urban area, and we also partnering with 3PL for last mile delivery.
Got it.
Bookyung, Khush, any questions?
Yeah, I do have one from my side. Thanks so much for sharing. My question would be more on what is the current take rate of this GMV business, right? And what are the main product categories that you will focus on? Because I see your comparables are like Ula and Gudang Ada in Indonesia, and they primarily deal with FMCG.
FMCG,
was just wondering on the product category that you're focusing mainly on. That's one. The second one is, would you be focusing your business more on the B2C side or B2B side?
Actually, we have 2 business models. One is B2C and also B2B. For retailers, retailers can place order their FMCG and others product from our digital net catalogs. That means B2B side. And also retailer can sell anything to everything to their working customer from our B2C app. So both ended, retailers can place order from B2C app and also B2B. And mostly focus on the FMCG right now. Around 60% GMV actually comes from FMCG part.
Thanks.
Yeah, can I ask? Do we have time? Okay. So yeah, I get that this B2C e-commerce platform is a really proven business model in Southeast Asia. I believe there are many companies that provide a similar service already. So what are the competitive landscape in your own region, and what makes you different from them?
Right now we focus on Bangladesh, and this is very limited competition right now. Only 2 competitors in our arena. And there are some difference. And the others competitors focus on urban area, we focus on the rural area. So there's the biggest competitive advantage from our competition area.
And what makes it better than them?
The first one is fastest delivery. It's a key advantage. If you ensure the fastest delivery, you can win this battle.
How do you manage delivery so fast?
In urban area, we have our own fleet, and in rural area, we partnering with 3PL. There are 5 3PL in our partner network. They're delivered to the last mile retailers.
So do you own some how do you call it? Some place to stock your products in each where?
Fully consignment basis. When actually at first we get the orders and we combine the purchase order to our big brands and collect product from big brands and deliver to the ultimate customers.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Afiku. Now, moving on to our next startup. It's also from Bangladesh. We have Tami from ONNOW. ONNOW is an internet restaurant platform that helps existing restaurants unleash their cloud potential and drive additional revenues. Hey.
Hey guys, can you see my
Tami.
screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Let's get started then.
Perhaps you would like to switch on to the presenting mode.
Yeah, already done.
Okay,
Great.
cool.
Okay.
Your time starts now.
Hey guys, we are ONNOW. I'm the co-founder and CEO. We're basically an internet restaurant platform for SME restaurants. So as we speak, over 75,000 SME restaurants in Bangladesh alone, where 3 million people are working, are struggling to survive against big restaurant chains, who obviously has access to better technology. They have access to higher marketing budget. On the other hand, these SME restaurants, after paying their rent, staff salary, and utility, they have nothing left to spend on branding or technology. That's where we come in. We call ourselves the OYO for the restaurant industry, and we exist to empower over 600,000 restaurants in Bangladesh and beyond. So as a company, we are the owner of all these amazing delivery-only brands, means you can only order these brands online. But the fun fact is we do not produce them. So who produces the food? The food is produced by our SME partners. As we speak, we have signed up with 12 restaurants who actually does the production for us. So as what our responsibility is, we sell all the key ingredients to our restaurant partners. So we package them in our production factory. We prepare 90% of the things. So it's like a franchise, OEM, and just-in-time model. So what the restaurants basically do is they use their underutilized capacities, the underutilized equipments, resources. They follow our guidelines produced for us, and then we get the food delivered to the end consumers. While doing this, the restaurants make almost 30 to 35% markup, even after buying all the raw materials from us. So a common question that I always face, how do you manage quality? So for quality, we have a field force of QC team who make sure that our SOPs are being followed. We have a very strong legal agreement with our restaurant partners. We provide training and retraining, and we also do random audits. Why now? The online food delivery in South Asia is growing at a rate of 28%. More and more young people now have access to technology, and they have access to disposable income. On top of that, something that's very important is safe food handling. For example, only in Bangladesh, almost 10 million people every day eats at these SME restaurants where the kitchens are absolutely broken. We can see cross-contamination, lack of personal hygiene, and improper storage. But when it comes to our partners, they are legally bound to follow our SOPs and also maintain food safety guidelines. Technology plays a big role in what we do. We help, we give actually our technology solution free of cost to our restaurant partners, which helps them to manage their kitchen better. It helps them to get direct D2C orders from customers. And also our IoT enabled solution helps them to manage their refrigerator and freezers. Again, this is also free of cost. We have been recognized in Korea and Japan for our impact. Our impact vision is to build a digitized, sustainable, and safe restaurant industry. And we mainly target SDG goals 8, 9, and 12, and we have already started measuring our impact. The market where we operate, it's around 12 billion in South Asia, but food delivery, if I consider, it's around $6 billion. Our target is to reach a GMV of $12 million within the next 3 years. And in the last 1 year, we had a GMV of $82,000. We just started our operations last year. So in terms of competition, we mainly face competition from typical, or I'd say traditional franchisors. We have few local companies in Bangladesh and also CP Chicken. We, as a team, we have over 30 years of business experience where we have been part of building notable businesses in Bangladesh previously. As of now, our plan is to win Bangladesh market and then look into other emerging markets in Southeast Asia and South Asia. As of now, we are raising $250,000 against 12% equity. Thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer.
Thank you, Tami. Short and sweet. Let's move on to the Q&A with judges. Like who would like to start? Maybe Bookyung, would you like to start first?
I think you mentioned during the presentation, but can you share again about your traction, revenue?
So revenue projection?
Current traction.
So currently in the last 1 year, we have done 82,000 GMV USD. So that was across 15,000 orders that we have generated and sold over 65,000 items.
And what's the take rate?
Sorry, take rate as in?
Take up rate. So what percentage comes to you as a revenue?
Yeah, so if we talk about margin, that's around 23% for us. So out of the GMV, 23% margin we keep for ourselves.
Got it. Thank you.
No problem.
Hey, Tamit, I have a question
Yes.
regarding the go-to-market strategy, right? Are your brands created in-house, or do you acquire brands and then enable them? Just wondering where the IP is held.
No, so we build this. So for the last 1 year, we have been building all these brands. So I have almost like 12 years of home cook experience. And then we also have a team for R&D. So they're professional chefs. So we build our brands ourselves in-house.
Okay, and understand that brand building exercise could be quite tough, right? How often do you launch a new brand? And
so sure. So it depends actually. What we do is we look at, so basically the way it works, so we see the whole day of someone. Okay, so let's say after you wake up till you sleep, at what point, what kind of food do you eat? So let's say we have Rappo, which is usually for lunch during office hours. And then for the evening time, we have something like Friggies. And then late night, we have something like Party Pizza. So we put the brands based on the time of the day. And also we cater to different markets. For example, Friggies might be a premium brand, whereas we have Burger Junior for some, I'd say, tier 2 or tier 3 places, something like that. So that also, the segmentation plays a big role also.
okay, thank you.
No problem.
Okay, I got a question. So do you have a profile about the customer? The question behind is actually they want to know who are the end customer and how fast it can grow for this business.
Okay, so there are two groups of consumers. I don't have it on the slide. One is obviously the SME restaurants who buys the raw materials from us. So ideally, let's say they're like single owners, and we have almost 50 to 60,000 restaurants like this in Bangladesh, and they will be making, let's say, somewhere around $15,000 per month, or maybe even less to some extent. So that's one group of consumers that we have, and then we also have the end consumers, the B2C, if we consider that. So in that case, the ideal target group is around, let's say, 15 to 25 years old. So the young people who obviously have access to now higher disposable income, and they're tech savvy, and obviously they prefer ordering food online. So these are the two groups that we target.
Got it. So you have both revenue from B2B and B2C, right?
100%, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I suppose that the B2C part is growing much faster than the B2B side?
Honestly, as of now, the focus is more towards B2B, because B2C is not scalable in a sense that if you want to actually cook the food and then sell to the consumers directly, then you have a huge capex involved. But whereas if we follow the B2B model, that gives us a hyper growth strategy. So now we have changed our focus, and we're now actually adding 3 partners every month.
I see. So last question is, so the brand, your own brand means the way you work with merchant, that means the brand is still owned by you. They just manufacturing for you. Okay.
100%. It's like a contract manufacturing, right?
Okay, got it. Yeah,
okay, thank you, judges. Thank you, Tammy.
You're welcome.
Our third startup is Savour from Singapore. It aims to empower SMEs, nonprofits, and social enterprises with saving via digitalization while tackling food wastage and food insecurity at the same time. Hi, Mike.
Hi. Yeah,
Would you please share your screen with us? If you're ready, your time starts now.
Yeah, hi, I'm Mike. So I'm presenting for Savour to let you know about how we are redefining the way that organizations procure so that we can save more while saving the earth. So here's the problem statement. So just in Singapore alone, it's over 700 million kilograms of food waste. And like we know that about 8% of global emissions actually come from food waste. Right? And out of those, like, it produces carbon dioxide equivalent gases such as methane, for example, that's much worse than carbon dioxide. So also on the a lot of this food, almost like 1/5 of this food actually is still edible. And like we also have, and yet there is like, a lot of low-income households that are facing food insecurity. On the flip side, we have like merchants who are like trying to send out tons of emails, just trying to clear off their food with a very low success rate. And this, which in turn leads to a very high customer acquisition rates for these merchants, and which obviously mean a very low ROI for the effort and time put into this. So yeah, so here's the solution. We created a digital platform that can link up the suppliers to the the B2B customers. So basically for the suppliers, we're trying to digitize the process, trying to help them to clear the inventory, recoup costs, and reduce the disposal costs. Right? And for customers, we're just trying to help them to save time because there's a centralized platform to look for everything. And then there's like, they can help the beneficiaries to procure for more variety of items, and there's environmental and social impact. Right? So here's the platform. So you see it's a web-based platform with mobile app as a token. You can see some platform statistics, there's order values and sometimes go from 50 to 110K, and with items that like 90% off sometimes. Yeah. So here's how we earn. We have this business model. So we go from 1% to 2.5%, or for the B2B side of transaction, and then we have like the 5% to 10% depending on the item sold by the merchant. Right? So this commission charged to the merchant. And also we also have like the custom corporate procurement services for bigger clients who want to customize their orders. So here's some attraction, some of the names you see here are quite familiar. We have Marigo, we have More Canning, and some B2B customers. We have TA, we have Western Union. So yeah, so here are some features. Basically, we've been funded by the ESG, NYC, OCBC, and Philip, and we featured in the media a couple of times. There's Swiss Times and Business Time. So here's the market sizing. So looking at like the TAM would be 85 billion, considering Southeast Asia and Australia, and then going down the SAM, we have considering like 5 kg of food, 5 kg, and 20% of all the food can save. So that's about 700 million, and then going down to the SOM, which is we just assume 5% win rate depending on the distribution channels. So that's like 5 million. So here's the competitive landscape. So we have the traditional B2B players, and then we have like some of like the and then we also have like some of the competitors are more focused on sponsorship only. So we are kind of like one that can do both. And so here's the timeline. So right now we've raised about over 100K. So moving forward, we want to raise that round so that we can help to augment our tech stack so that we can sell and cross-sell for the e-commerce platform. And moving forward, probably expansion plan, right? So here's the team. So Katrina, the CEO, so she has experience in e-commerce, and I myself has more experience in tech. So yeah, so I'm the CTO. Right? Then we also have Jesse, the marketing head, and then Taki, the BD head, and then we have Kirsty, the finance operations head. So yeah, thank you, and save the air with Savour today.
Thank you, Mike. Judges, any questions for Mike?
Okay, from my side is, can we see the revenue and the prediction?
Yeah, I mean, like, right now, okay, we don't have like right now since like a couple months back. I mean, we started. We are still very young, right? So to date, about over 10K of in terms of revenue, right? And so we've transacted about 10K items for now. So that's in the few months that we launched. Yeah.
Maybe Kush or Bookyung, any questions?
Sure. Thanks, Mike, for sharing. Could you share a little bit more of the target clients that you would be targeting to procure from your app? And probably the follow-on question would be, what will ensure user stickiness?
Yeah, so I think like a few clients like who will sort of like procure from us are companies who are more conscious about like the what they're procuring. For example, like they want to be they want to do some sort of like they want to have some sort of accountability, right? Because our platform has a niche which is procuring for items that are more towards the sort of like expiring, blemish, and surplus, right? So usually these people are usually bigger client, like bigger corporates who have this sort of like ESG reporting or CSR kind of thing in mind. Yeah. And for stickiness wise, so as of now, from what we're seeing is that once they come on board and start using the platform and getting the because it's like a sort of like a niche area, and they cannot really find another such platform that does this particular job, usually they will just stick with this. Yeah.
Thanks.
Can you explain more about your revenue model?
Yeah, so for the revenue model, so for the customer side, when they place an order, so be it sponsorship or procurement, right, there's a fee charge. So for sponsorship, that's 1%. For procurement, that's 2.5%. So that's charged to the client, right? And for the merchant who are selling on the platform, there's a fee from ranging from 5% to 10%, depending on the item that's being transacted. Right? So together, usually it's about like, you take them into account, there's about like 6% to 12.5%. That's for like normal transaction through the platform. But I think we also see a lot of custom sort of orders, right? So these are bigger ticket items. So just one order could go up to like 10K in value kind of thing. So this one we don't really charge by percentage, but rather we go by effort placed.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mike. That's Savour. Okay, moving on to our next startup is bizbaz, also from Singapore. It offers credit scoring and risk assessment solutions for unbanked populations in Asia. Hi, hey.
Hi, Regina. Hi, everyone. Can you hear and see me?
Yes, loud and clear. So
Great.
If you're ready, your 5 minutes start now.
Great, thank you. Hi, everyone. So I'm Haik. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Biswas. We are providing next generation of credit scoring and risk assessment for individuals and SMEs. We are currently headquartered in Singapore and operational and servicing in Malaysia, Bangladesh, Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia. So what's the opportunity here, right? So the first alternative scoring company in the region was Lendo, as you know, back in 2010, and at the time, the number of unbanked and underbanked was around 75%. Fast forward 11 years, it's still the same percentage, which indicates that alternative scoring hasn't really been a thing. And because of that, there are currently more than 460 million people in Southeast Asia alone who are unbanked and uninsured and underbanked, and they cannot benefit from any banking or financial service. And then, interestingly enough, the acquisition cost for each of those is around $175 to $303 in the region, so it's quite expensive. But it's not only about those who are unbanked or underbanked, but it's also, if you look at the number in the middle, 39.6 billion, this is the number of banked customers who took, basically, they took the loan or they took the insurance and they haven't paid for in the 3 months following up the take up. So that also indicated to us that basically, you know what, it's not just about unbanked, but the credit scoring systems are broken generally, even for the banked customers. So what do we offer to solve this, right? So we offer, I think, first time in Asia, the most comprehensive credit scoring that is, because there are alternative scoring companies that rely on one source, but we thought one source is not good enough, right? People have digital footprints in smartphone, in telco, online, on internet. So we construed and developed a system. We took about a year to do so that has lifestyle, finance, social, and health information about a person. So this is comprehensive. So whatever you as a person do, it's going to fall into one of these 4 categories. Lifestyle obviously includes things such as ride sharing, info, e-commerce info and stuff, things that indicate about your lifestyle. Finance is about financial things, whether that's on your smartphone, the payment or the crypto, or whether you even have a bank account, that info. Social is first and foremost contextual personality assessment, but also your social media usage. And health is all about your health and wellness, right? From your smartphone and your applications. So theoretically great, but then you can ask what's the result, right? So results are the most important technical result is on the left side. It's the 82 to 93. This is called Gini coefficient in technical terms. This is measuring the predictive power of a credit score. Normally for a normal bureau, any bureau in the world, this would be between 20 and 40%, which means 20 to 40% predictive power that someone is going to pay back or not pay back, if you like. Ours is 82 to 93%, which is the best in Asia, and I'm not saying it easily. And so it has a very high predictive power, which converts to a lot of revenue dollars or cost saving dollars. The other three numbers here is basically reported by our clients. So we ask them what's the impact on revenue, cost, customer acquisition cost, on bad debt once they start using this. So this is significantly better than the bureaus or the competitors in the region. The business model, right? So business model, we are built in that sense like a bureau because that's the expectation from banks, insurance companies, e-commerce companies, and others we are servicing. Basically, it's per credit check, per risk assessment that the company pays, or once they exceed a certain volume, then it's about subscription and becomes a full enterprise contract. Market size. So market size is a couple of points. One is obviously there's so many still unbanked people, more than 460 million people in the region. But in terms of dollar value, right? If you look at dollar value, the numbers indicate it's around 310 billion by 2025. And this is not just about credit scoring. I mean, think of this as a profile of a person, and it could be a score for a bank, score for an insurance, or score for e-commerce or anything else, right? So it's basically a user profile. And unlike everyone else, unlike all the other competitors in the region, we actually work and we love working with bureaus. In that note, we are working with CIBI, which is the main bureau in the Philippines, TransUnion APAC, bidding for CITOS, which is now the biggest regional bureau, Malaysian originally, etc. Here's the competition and us. The competitors we think of are CreditLab, FinScore, and Trusting Social. We rank ourselves and everyone else on very simple two metrics. One is the width of data. Width of data, as now many studies showed, as the wider the data, more predictive is your risk assessment. We have by far the widest data in Asia, and I am comparing ourselves even with Alibaba's GMAC Credit, right? So we are even wider than they are. And in terms of cost, because this makes a lot of difference for financial institutions, we are by far the compared to bureaus. Okay, sorry. Okay, done.
Sorry,
done,
hi,
done.
your time is
Okay.
Okay,
no
you're
problem.
nearly the end, so it's good. Let's move on to Q&A with judges. Like maybe Kush, would you like to start? Any questions?
Sure. Thanks so much for the presentation. Do you mind going back to your solution slide?
To the solution slide. Yep.
Yes.
Here we go.
This one. Right. I just wanted to understand, right, where would your source of data be from? Is it more of a scraping technology, or, you know, especially for finance, right? Would you be integrating with an open banking player? Would you have direct API connection? How would that work? That's the first.
That's a good question.
The second one would be, you know, what is the regulation surrounding this, you know, credit scoring? Yeah.
Okay. So number one, we pull information from smartphones, from telcos, from publicly available profiles such as LinkedIn, Google, Facebook, etc., and from increasing or growing number of data partners. So basically from everyone. We do have open banking, open finance partners. We have lifestyle and health partners. We have KYC partners. So we have a big list of partners from whom we also pull information in addition to ours. Happy to provide afterwards if you like. In terms of regulations, so we are normally working with bureaus, and we are part of most of the fintech associations in countries where we are. And because of that, we work with all the regulatory authorities. So yeah, I mean, in brief, we are compliant and we work with regulators normally, or in coordination with regulators. Does that answer your question?
It does. I probably just have one follow-on question on that, right?
Sure.
You know, iPhone has been updating their privacy settings very recently, so you don't get a lot of data points that way. Do you see that impacting your business?
Not really, because I mean, again, like we are pulling some information generally from smartphones, but also, for example, we have voice-based credit risk assessment, right? This is the first in Asia, but 45-second recording gives you a credit score. So we have this sort of technology that also doesn't have to rely on a smartphone, iPhone or Android, doesn't matter. But basically we have personality assessment, voice assessment. A lot of that is not even smartphone related, right? So as such, no, not really impacting. And everything even we take from smartphone is all user permission. So we don't scrape anything, we don't pull anything without an explicit consent from a customer if we use the smartphone.
Got it. Thanks.
Does that answer? No problem. Any other questions?
Bookyung, question?
What's the number of the client, and what's the conversion rate for subscription model?
Number of clients, this is number of credit scores. I didn't have a chance to show. These are some of the clients that I can show you. So Union Bank is the #3 retail bank. Prio is the #1 retail bank in the Philippines. OCBC is the biggest regional, second biggest regional bank. Allianz is a major insurance, and MetLife is one of the major life insurance companies in Vietnam. So these are the ones I can disclose. Conversion rate right now, so we have, I think that the ratio is 40-60, 40-60, 40 being subscription, 60 being usage customers, roughly. I don't have a good ratio because we don't have enough statistics to do this kind of a ratio calculation, but it's roughly 40-60. And this is the traction for that 40-60. It's last month we clocked around little less than 300,000 credit checks just in September.
Oh, I mean, I don't know, just out of my curiosity, may I ask what's the reason of the fall down in the middle?
Oh, yeah, no, that's a good point. Because last year in October, you might recall, there was the latest big wave of COVID, and that was the end of the year. So a lot of banks decided to stop offering loans, and the same for insurance. There was an abrupt stop because after 9 months of kind of functioning in COVID, they kind of stopped. And when we went back and asked why, they said, #1, vaccines are coming. So we want to kind of wait up and see what's going to happen in the new year, this year. And secondly, it's the end of the year for a lot of the banks. So they decided to not kind of do it anymore and kind of stop. So we saw a dip, but as you see in December, it kind of started going up. And despite the latest COVID wave in July, June, it hasn't gone down again. It's basically, that was the reason.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Any more questions from the judges? Okay, thank you, Haik.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
We're about halfway to this event. Let's welcome our next startup. It's from Malaysia. It is an impact-driven fintech company called HomeCrowd that helps underserved millennials by using a holistic data-driven credit scoring that grants them access to peer-to-peer lending platform for mortgage loan. Let's welcome Dave from HomeCrowd. So if you are ready, your time starts now.
Hi everyone, my name is Dave Chu. Do you know it takes 60 years for a healthy tree to be cut and it requires more than 44 trees to build a decent home? We have a huge unsold houses in Malaysia alone today. So this translates to a massive 12.5 million trees that has been cut and not being utilized. This is not sustainable and not climate healthy as well. At the same time, millennial home ownership is all-time low. 60% of Malaysian home buyers will decline access to mortgage financing by traditional banks. Mortgage is a huge market. Our target market is a first-time home buyer, especially those underserved by traditional bank. So profile like those who has an additional income apart from the primary job. Second is the thin credit file, and third is the stable gig economy workers. HomeCrowd platform provides a socially equitable financing access to supporting the deserving millennials to achieve home ownership. So let me show you how it works. Say a first-time home buyer, her name is Jane. So she come onto HomeCrowd platform, do a quick assessment before he apply for a mortgage. So she key in her brief, personal and financial information. Our algorithm then validate her Malaysia ID and analyze her mortgage eligibility. So after she has been pre-approved, she will next key in her full financial information, employment history, and the property information she wants to buy together with the supporting documents. Second, we analyze the monthly finances, both full-time employment and additional income from other sources. Third, we analyze her monthly bill payment history. Finally, our credit risk officer determined Jane's HomeCrowd credit score. Once approved, release on a loan on our platform where lender can choose to invest. HomeCrowd lender receive a fixed and a social impact return. We take a cut of interest between the borrower and the investor during the financing period. We appoint a trustee company to safety the property trust on behalf of the investors. We have come a long way to obtain a regulatory clearance from our regulators. Since our MVP launch, we have received good interest from both a borrower, investor, as well as property agent for our product. We have also further developed our MVP to better the UI UX. Breaking down the early sign of our product market fit, our potential logbook of a first-time home buyer, and for retail investors who are keen to diversify their investment in a collateralized mortgage and being an impact investor. So these are some of our early partners. We are partnered with Experian to support our eKYC and the credit score infrastructure. Global SciTech will support us for the psychometric testing for us to further understand the applicant behavior. Our founding team has more than 35 years experience in banking, asset management, PropTech, software engineering, and risk management as well. We are also supported by an advisor coming from the complementary domain expert. Our go-to-market strategy will also be acquiring an institutional lender to back our loan together with other individuals. To kickstart our ESG mission, we will actually replant a new tree for each house funded by our platform. HomeCrowd stand apart from the rest. We offer mortgages to home buyers that are underbanked and they own their home. We are not a rent-to-own platform. Fortunately, we have received a recognition from a number of startup pitching competition and a feature in several media as well. We are currently raising our seed round. And this will also facilitate us to close more partnership with this company, which are keen on our value proposition. We want to transform the outdated property development market from the seller to a buyer momentum so that housing will be accessible and sustainable for many generations. Yeah. Thank you very much for your time. I hope I made.
Thank you, Dave. Yes, you did really well. Judges, any questions for HomeCrowd?
Okay, thanks for Dave for the sharing. So I have a few questions. One is, what is the risk control? I mean, in terms of this kind of platform, because it involved the credit rating and also the investment. So what is the risk control part? Yeah, so our target market at the start is a first-time home buyer. So that's one. Second is we are offering for the house financing that less than $500,000 ringgit, it's about $120,000. So this is also classified as affordable housing by the Malaysian government as well. And of course, we also check into the primary data with our partner with Experian and also of course from the application information as well. So what we do differently is also we look into their payment discipline from their monthly bills payment. Second is also from our partner Global SciTech as the psychometric testing. And thirdly, from the linking connection, so to assess their quality of their linking connection to assess their future employability. So these are some of the alternative data that we are assessing other than the primary data. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Hi, for the lender side, right? For lender side, why would they choose this HomeCrowd over other P2P lending?
Yeah, of course, the number one, we are the first collateralized mortgage lender. As in the market, you can see earlier, it's very crowded on on the SME lending or the business lending itself. Of course, we also focus on our impact to help the underserved first-time home buyer, and of course the environmental housing issue as well. So yeah, of course the second message is we are looking for institutional lender that support our ESG mission.
Thank you.
Probably just one question for me. Do you have the necessary licenses required to run this?
Yeah, we have received the in-principle approval from our Housing Ministry of Malaysia, and we also been cleared by our Central Bank of Malaysia. So right now we are raising our current seed round to actually increase our beta capital, so to secure the official license in order to be fully operational.
So one more question is, do you have any operation data that's, I don't know whether it's okay or not. Is it like default rate or something? What is the rough number about it?
Yeah, to be honest, we are still we are still in the MVP or the beta testing, because the regulators want us to meet the beta capital requirements. So to assess our financial readiness, therefore we are not offering any loan currently. So just a early user for now.
Okay, got it.
Now moving on to our next startup, we have an Indonesia-based company. It's Philoit. It's an edtech platform that aims to provide credible and quality answers to questions from young users. Please welcome Aldi from Philoit.
Okay, thank you, Regina.
Hi.
Let me share my screen.
Hi. Yes, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Aldi. I'm the founder and CEO of Philoit, millennials discussion and consultation platform. Millennials is the age of self-development. We question a lot of things and we try to find answer for many of our problems. Like for example, Nia here. She's 23. She's on an early professional career. She's facing a quarter life crisis right now, and she got a family problem. Nia here wants to know where to get answer and discuss her problem. And Nia even wants to know where to consult with professional that could help her to solve her problem. Meanwhile, it's hard to find healthy and quality discussion on internet addiction content nowadays. And especially here in Indonesia, consultation with experts is pricey. So here we, Philoit, built a discussion and consultation platform that connects the expert and the users with two main focus. First, we focus on providing a quality transfer. And second, we focus on providing an affordable professional consultation. We're targeting a 2.5 million to 3.5 million from 10% market size of urban middle class millennials. And from the expert side, we are focusing on targeting a 4.9 million certified professional and 2.5K clinical psychologists. For the traction, we are currently have an 82K plus registered users. We have 2 million plus page views from Q1, Q2 2021, 20K monthly active users, and we have more than 500,000 user-generated content, question and answers. And on the other side, we have currently 25 experts and 105 consultation revenue from just launch a consultation feature from September 2021. And we get this kind of milestone with a very low total acquisition cost spend, only 0.3 cents per customer. For product, we are focusing on two main functions. The first one is Q&A based discussion platform. We are building a discussion platform that people can question and answer and discuss there. And then secondly, we are becoming an expert hub and consulting platform where people can meet the expert and then people can also do consulting with the expert. Also, the same like the product, we are standing in the middle on competitor analysis between Q&A discussion and professional platform like Quora and Fishbowl, and then like an expert consulting based platform like Calm, Relief, and Bully ID here in Indonesia. For business model, we have two business model. First one, this is the one that we are implementing currently on marketplace. It's a simple profit sharing 80-20 between us and the expert pay for consultations. And we are going to implementing a B2B consultation, B2B business model also, where we are acting as a consulting firm and we are cooperating with company and university as a client and providing an extra services like consultation notes, worksheet, and assessment. For consultation comparison, we have proved that we are 30% to 50% more cheaper and affordable than any other psychology focused consultation platform. And we also have a variety of consultation options like 50 minutes, 30 minutes, and 1 hour. This is our team. We have experience for average 4 to 5 years, and we are working on several companies like AirAsia, Ajaib, Accenture, and Dana Indonesia, and also like banking institution like CCB. We seek 120,000 investment for 10% to 50% equity. This money will be used for marketing, expert partnership. We want to get more expert join into our platform, and then also community building and organic traffic. Our platform has 50% to 60% organic traffic from SEO, comes from SEO, and then also we want to build a content system like a recommendation system and so on. We are targeting we can get 1 million users and 5 million content. And also this is our forecast, so we can grow 2x, 3x growth from the gross profit perspective, and then from user fractions. And at the end of 2022, we can get 1.6 million with 5 to 5x to 10x growth. In summary, Philoit has 3 kind of plan of phase. First one is become discussing platform. We have already done this, and secondly, we're jumping into the second phase. We are become a community and expert hub consultation-based platform. And then lastly, we want to become a knowledge and expert marketplace that people can sell anything like podcast, ebook, membership, in-depth article, and course selling inside our platform. I think that's all in Philoit. We believe that every millennials deserves to find their answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Adi. That's Philoit. Judges, any questions?
Sure, maybe I can start. Could you check?
Sure.
Could I check, right? What is the core sector or area that people can consult for? Is it for investments? Is it for career? Is it for mental health? What is the USP?
Currently, we are focusing on mental health, as we are a discussion-based platform, so we are targeting all kind of topics to be discussed. But we see from our data that psychology is the one that people ask a lot about life and question about life, about mental health, self-development, and so on. So we are focusing on that at first, and it's not closing any opportunity that we can expand it more with many other topics of experts from other various topics.
Okay, and probably a follow-on to that is, how would you curate, the mentors or the content creators on your platform?
Yes. So currently we are manually approach them. So we just look at other competitors and we are manually approach them. We screening, we create the expert by our team or ourselves. So when we are there join, they are referring to their friends or other people, and also an expert.
Okay, and in the next 2 or 3 years, where do you see most of your revenues coming from? Is it the B2C side or the B2B side?
I think it is mostly on B2B, because B2C we have several kind of restriction on B2C, but we are looking for a revenue coming from B2B more.
Bookyung, do you have other questions to ask?
Can you elaborate on a B2B model? Who can be the client?
I'm sorry?
You mean, are you trying to get some contract with companies so that their employees can use this platform? Is that what you mean when you say?
Yeah, that's right. From B2B side, we are going to become a consulting firm. So because right now pandemic hits us, and then many of the companies seek people that are expert on psychology matters. So we become a consulting firm that we approach them, and then we try to connect our expert with their company or the institution.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And can you explain what's the rationale behind your commission rate, which is 20%?
Yeah, it is 80%, 20%. So we say that we are not, at first we will say that we are not psychologists or any other specific topics, but we are a discussion platform. So people just come here and then do a discussion. So it's simply 80%, 20% profit sharing, paper consultation. And it's not a standard of psychology standard, doesn't have to have a psychology standard or any kind of topic standard, but it's just simply a discussion platform. People can chat with experts.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I got a few questions. First of all is, I just want to double check. So the consulting actually is online, right? It's like a
Yeah.
video. Okay, in this
Yeah,
case,
it's
first of
currently
all,
video based.
yeah. So first of all, how do you acquire customers? Because normally, this kind of a consultation is a little bit privacy, right? So how do you acquire clients? And the second question, is, because how you keep growing and keep your clients? Because I mean, probably they will find a favor consultant and they will do just one-to-one, right? So how do you deal with these two?
Okay, so thank you for the question. At first we do video based consulting based, and we do previously we have done A/B testing for this, and we are just fine doing one-on-one consultation with the expert. There are no any privacy that will blow up to the audience. Also, we can guarantee that. And then secondly, how to maintain users, as in consultation platform, users only do one consultations. But in our platform, we say that we are back to that, we are a discussion platform. So people can question and ask to other people also. And then there are an expert hub that act like a social media platform that people can approach an expert and then do a direct X like X.com, XFM, I'm sorry, a platform. So it's not just a consultation platform, but it's also a joint of discussion, like a forum-like platform, and then also a consultation-based platform. So to maintain users, we're not only providing consultation-based, but we also have a active user-generated content on our platform.
Okay, thank you, LD. That's also the time we have for the Q&A. Now
Great.
we have to move on to our next startup. It's another startup coming from Malaysia. Please welcome Hanneken from Timogah. Timogah is a mobile-based agricultural marketplace, aims to help small rural farmers to market and distribute their agricultural produce to small business as well as end consumers. Hi, Hanneken. If you are ready, your 5 minutes start now.
Okay, I hope my voice is clear, so yeah. Okay, so good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So my name is Hanneken, the founder of Timogah. With a tech Borneo Fresh delivery, we are based in Sarawak of East Malaysia, in the island of Borneo. So, So Timogah is building a sustainable, inclusive, and efficient agricultural supply chain ecosystem by connecting small rural farmers directly with customers using our digital marketplace, as well as a network of distribution centers. So I believe our idea comes from the challenges which are common throughout the world, and that also happened in our place in Borneo. 4 points here: that is inconsistent supplies, where farmers mostly producing based on assumptions instead of data, and the freshness of quality reduced due to farmers are scattered to the rural area, and due to poor post-harvest handling, and farmers normally get the unfair prices, and customers now are paying more, despite that there are a lot of marketplace, they are paying more because of markup prices and delivery charges. So our solution is to get this fresh from the farms using our existing customer data to forecast demand and help the farmers to list the items on our platform. And we are on our way to build a network of our warehouse or distribution center or fulfillment center, we call it, where we can aggregate orders and create shorter supply chain so that we get a better handling of fruits and vegetables, especially. And using this warehouse, we can make a better, lower price and higher margins to the farmers. So what we do in Timogah is that we have a platform, we have a distribution center, and we have our own fleet as well as crowdsourced fleet, where using these 3 pillars, we are able to aggregate our supply to collect and aggregate the demand to make the delivery. So this is how it works, where farmers will harvest based on orders, and Timogah will collect it from them, and we will bring it to our centers, and then our delivery partners will collect and deliver to the customers. So this is our existing website. It's not that advanced yet, but it's running now. And Timogah is an e-commerce platform that stands out from the crowd in our state in Malaysia because we promote and deliver the varieties of fresh local produce which are unique in Borneo. And these produce are seasonal, valuable, and produced by rural communities and local farmers. that is why our local government always keep in touch with us, and we are collaborating with agriculture department in Sarawak. They have 28 branches connecting us to 170,000 farmers soon. Okay, and this is our first distribution center, not yet completed. A lot of not enough things inside. So this is our journey. Actually, we started in 2018 with our first website, and our sales is since 2019. You know, in Borneo, we don't have that much coverage of internet, but now things are getting better. Since the MCO in 2020, we proved that this digital platform is very important for our local food supply chain. And this year, we have an increasing number of 25% of new customer month to month. And this is our revenue model. We are targeting end consumers as well as small businesses started to talk to us. And we are taking about 30% from each transaction. So this is the data of our top 10 customers this year with average order value $30 once a week. And this is our sales overview throughout the year until September. And our market opportunity is we are focusing on Borneo, Sarawak, Sabah, and then the neighboring countries that is involving the growing 20 million population in Borneo. And we are also looking forward to B2B segment to grow our business. And we want to scale up where we have our network of distribution center, not just in Borneo, but also in Singapore and Kuala Lumpur. So we are actually looking for funding about $350,000 for our technology development, sales, marketing, warehouse and vehicle, as well as hiring the right people. Yeah, I'm gonna skip this detail. Okay, so we are an impact-driven business. We bring digital inclusivity among businesses, small farmers, and the stakeholders to increase the income through sustainable agriculture-related activities. So this is Uncle Cosmas, a featured story where we help him to sell 300 kilos of bamboo shoots since 2018. And these are our teams, and we have won a few awards since 2018. And this is my team, my management team, with various experience, especially in agriculture and logistics. So that make us strong in this local food supply chain. So I believe that's all for me. Yeah, and thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hannigan, just in time. Okay, move on to judges' question and answer time. James, perhaps we can start with you.
Yeah, so thanks for sharing, Hannigan. So a nice name also. So
okay, yeah.
So can I interpret in a way this is like a social e-commerce kind of thing? So
okay.
Sorry, maybe not accurate. But my question is, I heard there is a Chilibili was doing pretty well in Indonesia. I don't know whether you heard about it, and what do you think that you advantage over the other competitor like Chilibili? Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I did read a lot, and it's Indonesia. There are a few most likely the same business model, like like some of them. Tani Hub, Box, yeah, I've heard of them, and even in Kenya and India. But it's very unique here in Borneo because people are not really looking at a small population and the very scattered geography of our farmers and our community. But it is a growing population. Even Indonesia soon is going to move the capital city to Kalimantan. That is very near to us. And we have a big land in which we have a lot of resource here that we can promote to the world. But before we move forward to that business model, we need to strengthen our local food supply chain here in Borneo first, so that we can supply beyond cross-border. So in terms of competing with other startups, I think everyone has their own role in their own local place. Yeah. I hope that answered the question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Hannigan, I probably have a question, right? Could you share a little bit more or give us a landscape of the supply chain? You know, how fragmented is it? Is it broken with a lot of middlemen in between? And which part of the supply chain are you actually disrupting? And how much margins can you take?
Oh, okay. Thank you for the question. Okay, so in our local place here, the biggest challenge is that our farmers do not get the data of what are the things that they should plant, because most of them are producing just based on their own assumptions or interests. So what happened is that they make it oversupply or lack of supply. So what we do here is that we want to get our customer data to bring this information as a market to our farmers so that they can produce based on demand. And because like Borneo or Sarawak specifically, it's very scattered in terms of the road infrastructure is not that good yet. But if we have this strategic distribution center at each major regions in Sarawak, we can easily connect with this group of communities of farmers, as well as in collaboration with the local state agencies. So I think this is what we are going to do, because we want to organize this fragmented number of people so that it is more organized. Yeah. Hello.
Any more questions from the judges?
Is there a certain reason why you are operating with your own warehouse and fleet? I mean, how will you going to bear with the cost?
Okay, thank you. So actually, we started in 2018 as a single vendor, means no other vendor is selling on our platform. In last year, 2020, during the MCO, actually our website crashed 2 times and we lose our data. And what happened is that we built a multi-vendor platform where we allow market seller and other retailer, as well as food producer and manufacturer to sell on our platform themselves. And when there is order, we collect from them. But because our place here is not like what to say, like a Singapore city, it's very centered. So I believe we need to have some kind of distribution center to make the distribution more efficient and faster by first tackle the order first. And of course, when we talk about the capex of having this distribution center, that is why we work closely with other vendors that will become our satellite hub. For example, the 28 branches of our agriculture department throughout Sarawak and Sabah soon. Yeah. So I don't stick to that investment to our big warehouse throughout the region, but we have to be wise in how we put our distribution centers throughout the region.
Okay, thank you, Hannigan. That's all the time we have. Thank you so much.
Thank you, judges. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, now our second last startup is another startup coming from Indonesia. Let's welcome Stephanie from Quipy. It provides a platform for online sellers to access products and transactions from any chatting platforms. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi.
Okay, your time starts now.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Stephanie and I'm from Quippy. So Quippy is developing a keyboard app to help online sellers respond to customers faster and easier using keyboard shortcuts. Quippy is developed by our team who met at Apple Developer Academy, and we come from a variety of backgrounds and roles, which are business developers, designers, and coders. And some of us are also selling or used to sell online. So the problem that we solved was initially based on our personal problems. So during this pandemic, only 50% of small businesses in Indonesia can survive. And the reason is because they can overcome the pandemic by knowing that one of the strategies is to sell online. And realizing this, 79% of small businesses now also start selling online. And to make it easier, 62% of small businesses in Indonesia use social media to sell. And the way they conduct transactions is through messages. However, as there are more online businesses, there are also more competitions in the market. So online sellers have to give more than just a product, which is a good service. And one of them is replying to chats nicely and quickly. Because in point of fact, Boston Consulting Group found that in Indonesia, the key pain point for the buyers in this chat-based transaction is the delayed replies from seller. And although chatbots can help with initial responses, 82% of customers want to interact with a real person instead of an automated bot. So we invented Quippy. Quippy is a keyboard app for online sellers that lets them access products and transaction lists from any chatting platforms. Now I will show you how Quippy can help online sellers conduct more efficient transactions while maintaining their relationships with customers.
Users have to set up their shop profile and address. We are planning to implement core location and map kit to get the address and save them. Later, this information can help them when using our shipping feature. To complete the steps, users can prepare their shop by adding their product information or auto text that they need. Now that all data is set, we will see how all of these features works to help online sellers in replying to their customers. We have been working on the keyboard extensions that allows users to access their data from keyboard. Here we have a customer asking for cookies. In Quippy Keyboard, the information about the product is already there, and we can just tap on it to get the information. Also, customers love pictures, so we can just hit paste and the picture we need is ready to send. When the customer decides to buy, we tap on the auto text to give a standard pre-made order form that contains the customer's name, phone number, address, and ordered product. When the customer replies, copy the form that customer sent and paste it on Quippy app. And add the product. That's not all. There is also a new feature which is shipping rates checking. To make it possible, we are collaborating with other local startups and we use provided shipping API from this service. Now, we can just tap on check shipping rates button and get the shipping rates we need from our desired logistics service. We can simply add the price to the invoice. And the invoice is done. And it's available on Quippy Keyboard. By tapping on it, it will be translated into an automatic text message with our account number and a reminder for the customer to pay. Using Quippy, the transaction is done much easier. And without Quippy, it's gonna take a lot more effort to finish.
We have gained positive feedback from our early adopters and they say that using Quippy, they can save up to 5 minutes per transactions. We are currently focusing in Indonesian SME market, which in 2020, the GMV reaches 40.1 billion and 12.84 billion of it comes from SMEs in social commerce. We plan to gain revenue by implementing subscription business model, take commission fee from logistics service, and offer B2B partnerships to online commerce and brand aggregator. We currently also seek for pre-seed round of $250,000 US. And that's all from us. Thank you for listening, and I'm from Quippy. Respond quickly, use Quippy.
Thank you, Stephanie. It's a really good presentation. Moving on to judges, any questions for Stephanie? James or Kush? Bookyung?
Wait, first lady first.
Kush?
Sure. Thanks so much, Stephanie, for the pitch, right? I have two questions. The first is, how would you be monetizing? Will you be charging a SaaS subscription fee for these clients of yours? And the second one is, who would you consider your main competitor, right? There are companies out there, I'm not sure if you know, like Desti or Game Change, who are trying to do something similar, or even those players that want to offer or become the Shopify of Southeast Asia, right? Who do you think are your closest competitors and how are you different from them?
Okay, thank you for the question. So our plan to monetize is we work as SaaS, so we charge for subscriptions fee. But other than that, we also take commission fee from logistics service that we are currently partnering with. And we also plan to offer B2B partnership in form of we provide API to them to connect their online commerce to our services. And for our main competitors, we realized that in Indonesia itself, we have other company that works that has similar products with us. The name is Sally, and how do we differentiate ourselves with them is we provide the end-to-end solution for online sellers, starting from the beginning when they chat to the customers, and we also help them to manage the inventory, and then we also help them to manage their transactions all in our app, so that online sellers don't need to open any other app or copy and paste from any other places to conduct all of their online transactions.
Thank you.
Okay, similar question with Kush. So you mentioned about this revenue model, but do you have an exact number? That's what is a subscription fee? What is a commission? And have you tested the markets?
For the subscription fee, we are planning to charge around 30 to 50,000 rupiah, and for the commission, it's up to 20%. And we are planning to test it to the market this month. Next month.
Sure. So the second question is, I know you already have an Android, the iOS version. Are you going to do an Android version, or actually because of some restriction you cannot do it?
We are currently developing our Android app, and it's still on track to be released in the end of this month.
Okay, cool. Got it. Thank you.
Do you have any partnership currently? Or if not, what's your business development plan?
We are currently having a partnership with OKM Indonesia, which is an online small medium business community in Indonesia. And we also in the middle of the discussions to have another partnership with Mary Riana Group. And we also talked to some angel investors and other small medium business communities in Indonesia.
Why don't you go to top those giant listing platforms?
Sorry?
Why don't you talk to those big e-commerce listing platforms?
We plan to, but we currently we are still waiting for our Android version to release, because based on our experience to talking to our current potential partners, it's the Android version is very much needed to come to make the partnership happen.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, judges. Thank you, Stephanie. Now, moving on to our last startup of the day, it's FusionQB from Malaysia. It is a data-driven company that provides business super app solution to help business increase sales conversion and improve customer experience. Please welcome Alvin from FusionQB.
Hello, my name is Alvin, co-founder of FusionQB. We provide unified business super app solutions to help businesses to create their community's ecosystem for their business. So with our business super apps, we enable the business to unify the customer data from a multiple touch point. We tap on the better customer engagement and turn them into the better data insights. So this is one of the key challenges of today's digital world, that a lot of businesses struggle and they're disconnected with the customer. First, right now, they no longer just have a top-down funnel that for the customer to approach the business. There are too many touch points and also the channel, online, offline, social media. So this is actually leads to the scattered data for the customer. So and then they do not have one single place for them to store all this information. Second, they do not have a very less also poor engagement after sales. Usually they're very emphasized on the pre and during sales. They do not have much engagement after sales. And this, as a result, it leads to the lack of insight of the customer. They do not understand the customer better because there's no single view about their customer. Right. So some people may think that just introduce a CRM. I think this is not good enough, because what they're actually looking for is that they want to tap on beyond just a profile and also sales data. They want to tap on their lifestyle data, right? So this is where they actually embed the digital ecosystem, or what we call a community ecosystem within the platform, because they want to venture beyond just what data they have to capture during sales and turn them to be the better insights. Right. So when you talk about the lifestyle data, you think of, oh yes, you have so many super apps. I mean, in the region like Grab, Gojek, and also in the Malaysia alone, you also have a couple of super apps. So, but what all these businesses, they are not going for the skill. They're not going to introduce those super app at the skill level. So what they want is that they have a business super app within the ecosystem so that they capture all this data just beyond after sales, like their lifestyle data. So this is where we introduce our business super app platform, right? With the one platform, one app platform, we have enables all these exponential data services, right? For them to capture different data point of their customer, coming from their profile, loyalty, behaviors, and also their preferences as well. So all these are services that we actually enable in our one app platform, what we call the super app, within their ecosystem, right? We do not build every single service. We actually connect to other services as well. So this is where we also can increase the time to market and enable all the services within the one single app. So we make our app open, enable, and scalable. Right. This is one of the notion. What we have is that we unify the data coming from the multiple touch points, and then from the different user persona, and then going to the businesses, which will be very diversified in the different business unit, and boil down to our data, the data platform, or what we call customer data platform. The idea is that we want to enable the cross-sellings, upsellings within the businesses, and also want to increase the ecosystem's engagement. Right. The idea is that we are not just having the CRM to store the data, to understand the data within what they have captured, but we want to understand the whole customer journey. We want to have the customer engagement data. So this is where our customer data platform enable them to have all the insight about their whole journey from the pre to after, and also the engagement. So this is one of the case study that we have. We have the super app for one of the biggest developers in Malaysia. So they have this the super app for their whole community ecosystem. They have a large user base, and this you have a different services that serve as a daily app for their community. And as a result, we boosted the engagement within the business, and also that we generated multiple repeated sales for them, right? So of course, Satya is not one of our clients. So they also have quite a big listed companies in Malaysia. They also believe in this digital community ecosystem. That's why they on board with our super app, and then so we are launching more and more super apps for our clients. And this is some of the clients in the pipeline. Of course, in terms of our business traction, we also have quite a number of business clients from different industry. We have a property, we have education, retail, and right now we see that they also have a growth of the demand for the healthcare industry to build this community ecosystem. Our model is very simple. We have annual subscription for our platform, and also have a profit sharing model for the enables app services. Right. This is actually the market size. When talk about the property industry, so we have a Malaysia, we have a huge number of the so-called attraction, the market cap, not to mention about Indonesia and the Southeast Asia's market as well. Right. Sure. The company is running by the three co-founders that's driven by the tech, and also right now we have 25 people that to run this platform. And we're also looking for the strategic investor.
Alvin.
Thank you.
Sorry, I have to
thanks.
cut you here.
No problem.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Alvin.
this is actually
we have to.
well.
Oh, that's great. Okay, let's move on to questions. Any questions from the judges? Who would like to start? James or
yeah, can we go back to see your business model, how you get the revenue? Yeah.
So what we do is that we have annual subscription. So for our platform, because this is where we serve as a platform, so that our clients will subscribe for us. Usually will be 3 years subscription. So then we have the so-called the cost for each year subscription. Right. So they also want to, if they want to enable the external microservices, then this is where the profit sharing comes in.
Okay, got it. Do we have some existing customer that you can elaborate a little bit more?
You mean with the super app, right? So this is one of the case study. So they call the Satya on the go is a super app within the Satya. So what they do is that they want to have a one app, one unified app for the customer, for the prospect public tenants, or for the business partner that comes in, because this is where we actually create the different user persona. So this is exactly the same that the companies have the different user persona, and then to capture the multiple data point. because if you're coming as a prospect, then you have a different so-called the data to be captured. And I could be today I'm the prospect, tomorrow I could be the customer as well. So this is where how our app can able to capture different data point, even from the singles individual.
Got it.
Yep. Okay. Like a lot of our clients, they also have a running diversified business, like the Forsythia. You also have a township, you also have a mall, retails, and other businesses apart from the properties. So this is where the super app is where it comes in to capture all these data from the multiple channels.
By the way, for the data, it belongs to the client. I mean, the clients, or belongs to you?
We are providing B2B2C, so the data belongs to our client.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
I do have a question, right? Who would be the main user of the dashboard or your platform, right? Is it like a customer engagement team in an organization, or would it be the sales agent? That's one. The second one is, where do you stand versus competitors? I can think of one which is more engaged. Yeah, would love to hear.
Okay, so for first questions, I think the answer is that the user is actually for the management, not just for the sales team or from the customer service team, because this is where the management side, they also want to see the whole, so what we call the customer lifetime value. So this is where the dashboard are able to see everything. Like on the left, customer journey, you can see the customer journey from the pre-sales. Yes, for the certain dashboard, you can serve a different group of user, but management are able to want to know and at the holistic view as well. Right. So when it comes to the competitor, yeah, then you might think that's how different are we from the in-app, right? So for those in-house developers, the so-called software developments. So for us is that we already have the platform itself. Those highlighted color is actually those services that already built in our platform. So I think the time to market is a very key things for the business. We can enable the whole thing within 8 weeks, rather than you have to build everything that could take months. So this is one of it. We also have an open API to connect all these marketplaces, insurance services, and within weeks. So something that we can enable and then make it quick for them to launch it in the market. I think the emphasis will be the time to market.
Got it.
And we have been doing for so many clients, we know the know-how as well.
Got it. And what is the main feature that is used from all of these services that you provide? Which is the main core 3?
I think the loyalty profile and also the payment as well, because they also have a different payment that within the app you want to do the payment. There was a transaction as well, and also the committee, because for the committee side they want to have a different services enabled. And right now I think the belief is that a lot of businesses started to plug all these external services, collaborate with others service providers to enable them in their super app. Like they also have the food delivery, healthcare, even insurance, they want to offer to their community members. So this is where we could just connect to them through our API.
Thank you.
Do we have more questions from judges? Okay, if not, that's all. Thank you so much, Alvin. Thank you.
Thanks,
FusionQB. Thank you. Okay, that's all the pitches we have for today. Thank you to all the startups who have put their best pitches forward. So judges, now you have a really tough decision to make. Our judges will have a final discussion on the result, and the result will be announced on TechinAsia social media. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a good day. Bye.